I'm grateful for my amazing wife for all the support she provides to me. I'm thankful for everything that my family, that my friends, my fans, that they all help and give me the motivation to kind of keep on going, especially with this.
Did you freeze?
Oh, no.
Oh no, you were very still and quiet, so I was like, "Is he done?" Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to local music, wherever it may be, and the people that make it, including my guest. And my guest is a singer for a pop-punk band from Worcester, Massachusetts. Hope I said that right. He's another TikTok find. I've been finding a lot of acts on TikTok, so thanks. And he's the band is the winner and the only survivor. I'm sorry, the singer is the winner and the only survivor of his own lookalike contest. Their single Gaslighter is out now. Please welcome to the channel Chris Jimson of Have Fun. Hi, Chris.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
No worries. Did I get all that right?
Only Worcester.
It's not Worcester?
Nope, Worcester.
They're wrong. Anyway, Worcester. I apologize to the entire town. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're completely fine. Everyone there is so used to it.
I'm sure they are. All right, so right off the bat, if you don't know who Chris or Have Fun are, thank you for watching. Go ahead and tell them who you are, what you do in the band, aside from singing, and who we're missing.
Yeah, so I'm the singer and frontman for the band Have Fun from Worcester, Massachusetts. And we're a four-piece, so we're missing our drummer Rob, bassist Tim, and other singer and guitarist Nick. But we've been technically Have Fun since 2021 and have been active in the Massachusetts local scene for since then, and in bands prior as well.
Nice. And why? Where did the name come from? I mean, I assume there were a bunch of other names, but why'd you pick Have Fun with an exclamation point?
So it kind of started with me and my drummer Rob. We were in another band before, and we were having trouble with the band name because it was basically getting us flagged on Instagram, Facebook, all of that, because the band name was called Opium Droid. So because it had the word opium.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Exactly. So we rebranded completely, especially because it made sense too, because we also didn't start the band. And we both joined in at a later time, and the band just kind of became something else anyways. So we rebranded into Have Fun, which I always was a big fan of band names that had the exclamation point at the end. And with Have Fun too, it was just kind of freedom creatively in a way, because we were able to just make music for just the purpose of having fun. And it worked out too, because we dropped an EP with the old band name called Have Fun. So when we were switched over to the band name itself, we were like, oh, well, it's going to be easier for people to try to find songs that they already knew that were on this EP, and basically made it a self-titled EP.
Smart thinking. And you, of course, are familiar with the band Fun, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Very familiar. Some Nights was definitely one of my favorite albums that year, and one of my wife's favorite albums as well.
Tell me you guys have done covers of theirs.
Not yet. I have suggested it a few times now, because just the mere coincidence of a band covering that, I feel would be hilarious, especially just, yeah, we're a band called Have Fun. We were playing a song by the band Fun.
That'd be hilarious. So, if you want to be like Chris and be featured on Room 6, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both, hit me up using my email address down below, or by clicking that Room 6 social media link. You'll find all the things I'm up to online, ways you can support the channel financially, should you so desire. That includes room6.shop for merchandise, and Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You get cool perks, and it all helps, so thanks. Oh yeah, and don't forget to ring the bell, like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube things. I appreciate you all. There's my YouTube spiel out of the way. Now, can we talk about being an eBay salesman?
Oh God, yeah.
What? What? That can't be an 8-hour job, right?
Oh, it is.
Really?
Yep. I've been doing that for about um, probably going on like 3 years now. And yeah, I've been just like a lot of the time for that goes with just generally editing old listings and basically just going through and getting as much uploaded as we can. We do our own decent amount of like phone calls too and everything at the same time, and just overall like we keep ourselves busy with it. Especially just like either like messaging customers too on eBay or um, just overall just like trying to get as much listed as possible because like we do like get a good amount of cars in to our store as well. Um, so and that's what we do. We list car parts from old salvage vehicles.
It just was one of those. I saw that and I was like, I didn't know that was a job. Like I know that's part of
Yeah,
that can be part of someone's job. I've certainly done it, but I was like, how that's someone's full time job. So I was
yeah.
curious, but thanks.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I actually want to pivot back to one of my more usual interview questions. OG Room Sixers know what's coming. Um, I want to talk about your earliest musical influence, and by that I mean, do you remember a moment where you said, "I want to do that"?
Yes. It was probably two specific moments that I remember, but like, oh, when I realized that like I actually understood and appreciated music for the first time, and that was definitely. I remember being in the third grade, and my friend just mentioned the song title "Wake Me Up When September Ends" by Green Day, and I just remember like hearing that, and I was like, "Oh, that's such a cool thing." And I was like, "Did you make that up on your own?" He's like, "No, it's a song by this band Green Day." And after that, I just went down the rabbit hole listening to Green Day. And this is probably going to be a throwback for a lot of people, but like I remember having Comcast and throwing on Music Choice and just like having all the different like music videos that I could play, but they only had like a few uploaded by a certain band at a time. So I would like throw on Panic Disco, and I remember listening to like their couple of songs that they had out from Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And after that, I just went down a complete rabbit hole with pop punk, alt rock, emo, um, from a very early age. And the second moment was, I think, when I saw Green Day for the first time live back in 2009, and it was my first concert. And after that moment, I was just like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Very nice, very nice. Um, so you were on the Lowminster honor roll.
Oh, yep.
I always like when someone's on an honor roll. It's kind of like, so when did music take over your life?
Oh yeah, like so all through like high school and everything like that. Like, I probably was always big into music like before then, but like I didn't really start playing guitar until like maybe like sophomore year of high school, I think. And like during that whole time, like I academics, everything like that was still priority and everything. But at the same time, after school, that's when I would like go home, do my homework, and play as much guitar as I could.
Right on. I probably butchered that high school name too, right?
Close, definitely better than some other people.
What is it?
Lemonster.
No, it's not.
Yep.
No. Anyway, I apologize to. No, I'm just kidding. So, um, any big, like, upcoming big plans for Have Fun on the horizon?
So we got a couple of things. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be opening up for the band Real Friends, and they're coming through the Worcester Palladium, and I'm extremely excited for it. Uh, Especially just like growing up in the 2010s too. Like Real Friends was definitely a band that I listened to a good amount of, and I can't believe that we're having the opportunity to open up for them. Uh, we're going to be doing that. And I guess I could say it now too. I'm not sure when this will come out, but we'll be putting out a new song 1 week from tomorrow.
Hey, Room Six exclusive. All right. This is actually going to post basically a time of recording this Saturday. which will be, what is that? The 26th. So
Oh, perfect.
before the song comes out, I guess.
Yep,
Cool.
perfect.
Cool. What's the name of the song?
Song is called Empty Handed, and it's a very 2010s pop punk feel, like bands from like Story So Far, Neck Deep, and it's got like a feel too of like early Fall Out Boy and Blink as well to it.
Right on. Do you already have a music video for it?
No music video for this one. We're just gonna drop it as a single on Spotify and all the other platforms and everything. But that we're gonna put that creative energy for music videos into our next project that we're gonna be working on.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I know Gaslighter is your current single out, right?
Yep.
Is there a music video for that?
No, we only did one music video for that round of recording. So the songs that we're putting out right now, we did 3 singles when we tracked them. And we did a music video for the first single, which was Save This Night. And we knew we had to do a music video for that because right away the song was just about like horror movies and horror movie inspired. So we had to do a horror movie music video for it.
Right on. Well, hey, any chance that our viewers can watch that music video after this interview?
Absolutely. Got it right on YouTube. Save This Night. Have fun.
Beautiful. Stick around. We'll be seeing that. I'll snag it from YouTube and tack it on the end here. Now, I know that Have Fun have been doing this for a few years now. Has it always
Yep.
been the same lineup, or have there been lineup changes like every other band in existence?
So technically there is a slight lineup change, like when we rebranded, because we went from the trio that we were with the old band into this current lineup. But this one's been like consistent since then. Um, Along with that too is just like we might have a fill-in every now and then, but everyone that's been working in this band has been the same member right along when it comes to like the writing, playing, shows, everything.
Awesome. The reason I ask that is another one of my usual interview questions that I like to ask. What's your like most memorable moment performing as Have Fun? I know that coming up, you got a big one coming up, playing with real
Oh
friends.
yeah.
But so far, do you have a moment that's like you're pull it out at a party? Say this one time, like where you things went way off the rails, or you checked off a bunch of rock star wish list items. Drummer went to jail, or what do you got that is your like most memorable moment of performing?
Oh man, I definitely have two that like stick out, and the first one is probably getting to open up for one of my other favorite bands, the Menzingers, and opening up for them was just like a true dream come true because they are one of my biggest influences, especially in recent years, for my songwriting, my playing, and just a band that helped me get through a whole lot of times in my life. And the second moment was when we actually played a headliner in the upstairs Palladium and came very close to selling it out. Especially, I think the total ticket sales were 452 tickets out of a 500 cap venue. So we were extremely close to selling it out, and it was just like one of those really big, uplifting moments for us as a band.
That's very validating, and it's something I have never got to experience myself. Bands always seem to stop. There was a time I actually sang in a cover band. I sang in a cover band for 7 years, and it was the best band name I've ever come up with because it was so true to the situation. It was called Revolving Door. And
Oh my God.
we're talking, it went from a 7-piece band down to 4 pieces. It went through like 7 drummers and ended up back with the second drummer. We had a different bass player like every gig, practically just a stable of them because we were doing covers, Brown Eyed Girl,
Oh yeah.
Mustang Sally, stuff that if you don't know it, take 5 minutes, you'll get it. And it was just one of those things where like myself and the lead guitarist were the only 2 original members, and so Revolving Door was perfect. But also the O in revolving was that on a record player the little adapter to make it play.
Oh yeah.
That symbol was the O, so it was just like it was all perfect. It was like Revolving Door. Sometimes I miss it, but playing 4-hour gigs for not a lot of money because it's Vegas and it was like oversaturated. Unless,
That definitely makes sense.
yeah, it gets cold, it gets old real quick. But my personal, not to make this about me, but that's my show. My personal, um, I also have two real quick, like memorable moments. Is one playing the House of Blues in Las Vegas. That's an open
Oh
for.
my God.
Oh, it was, yes, one of the best. Like, you talk about hearing yourself on stage. They have a sound person out in the middle, and they have a sound person off stage left.
Yep, for monitors, yeah.
Yeah, like you literally, as the front man, I was just like, I can hear everything. It was amazing. And that at that we opened for a like a Nevada local band showcase. So you got to play original music at the House of Blues. It was cool, and it was a small little crowd, but we were the first band, so. But when we were done playing, this kid goes, "Hey, can I have your guitar pick?" And you're just like, "Yeah, here you go, kid." And I flick it to him. Come to find out, he was doing that with every band. He was like hedging his bets in case one of you gets famous, So the other one was that cover band. Oh, the House of Blues thing was a band called The Suspense, indie rock band. Love it, miss it,
Okay.
many iterations. But I missed that. But the cover band playing a biker bar on New Year's Eve. No one tipped. But a guy goes running across the dance floor with a mop to the bathroom. You're like, oh, someone's having a good bad time. Guy got stabbed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but he lived. It was just one of those like, we need to stop playing here. All right, but I digress. Moving on. In 2022, you joined Rob Koget's Villain Story. Can you compare and contrast Have Fun versus Get Fucked?
So that's funny. Oh man, you really did some research.
I have been called the Nick Nardwar. Yes.
So the Get Fucked, it started out as a joke as our being like our alter ego for Have Fun. And that like one day we're gonna just record like very traditional, like a very traditional, like a 15-minute punk EP. Like, and just like have it called Get Fucked, and we're just gonna drop it out of nowhere, like via Have Fun, and like not even like or barely promote it. Like, just like it's there and you can listen to it.
That's hilarious. That kind of like when the Foo Fighters would just show up and do a show under some pseudonym.
Yeah, exactly. Just like do it just for the sake, and it goes back to the band name being Have Fun. We just do whatever we want, and just like, well, it's music that we enjoyed creating.
I would love it. Like you get like costumes and you play on the same bill, and you have the
Oh
crowd.
yeah,
You have the crowd like yelling back and forth. Have fun, get fucked.
yeah. Then that's one thing I love about it, though, is just like we also are pretty versatile when it comes to like our music taste, and from what we've been like trying to put out like overall for music, like especially with like what we're in the process of doing right now too, because like I love like all that old school like punk growing up, because where I started was like I started with Green Day, but then I went back. I'm like, oh well, I got to listen to what made them want to play music. Go back to the Ramones, the Clash. Go back to even before that. Listen to like, start listening to artists like Chuck Berry. Listen to like Roy Orbison, and now like my music taste will do the same with like modern artists too, because like I'll listen to like the bands I grew up with, but then I'll start listening to like other acts, like Chappell Roan, Halsey, and just mix in like every single genre. And that's one thing about being a band called Have Fun, is we can make whatever music we want because we had a good time doing it.
Totally. And like as soon as I saw the name, I thought about the band Fun, and like
Yeah.
their music videos have like at the end of the show, it's all this confetti coming down, and it's just a big old party with balloons and things in the crowd. And I was like, I'll bet they do that too, or want to anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Stick around, by the way. We're going to be seeing that music video. What was the song again?
Save This Night.
Save This Night. We're going to be seeing that music video, so stick around for that. I have a couple more questions, and then we'll get on to that. Chris, do you have a piece of dream gear that you've always lusted after?
Oh God, absolutely.
What do you got?
So
keep it to one. Keep it to one.
If I were to get something in particular, I would 100% get a 1959 Gibson Les Paul Jr. TV yellow.
Oh, is that all?
Like that's the one of my dream guitars that I've always wanted. I used to own a Gibson Les Paul Jr. that I immensely regret getting rid of, and it was such a tone like beast. I used to love it for recording. I used to love playing it live, but I had one fluke on stage with it, and immediately it was just like, all right, I'm done with it.
You ever like lose any gear?
No, I don't think I've ever actually lost anything or had it stolen, anything like that. Knock on wood. I hope
Yeah.
it never happens.
I had
But
a there was a brand like back early days of electric guitar. If you could convince your parents to go to Woolworths and buy you an electric guitar, it was one of like three brands, and one of them was called Taisco out of Japan, Teisco. Real
okay.
fancy, like a lot of their pick guards were like real filigree, like real fancy pick guards. Every single guitar had different like switches and knobs on it, and like no two were alike apparently. And
Oh,
they
cool.
came in red or green, and green was like the one most people got. Or I'm sorry, red was what most people got. I actually used to work in a pawn shop, and I opened the case to put something out for sale. I said, "What is that?" It was a it was a zero nut. It had the whammy bar started like this thick and ended like this thick. It was like this gigantic thing with a big old spring. It was like wow, wow. And the pick guard on this one was alternating stripes of knurled and smooth mirror.
Oh
And
my god.
yeah, so you talk about catching stage light, and I was just like, boss, how much is this? And I got it, and it was the sound when I recorded the album for the Suspense. It was the sound of the band. That was the guitar, and we did some at the Hooters Casino, which right away we did a battle of the bands. So we lost to a cover band playing our originals, and then I put it down on the ground. And load in was by the dumpsters in the parking lot, so I put it down on the ground, loaded the van, and drove away. And I got home. I said, I really just
Oh
did that.
no.
Yeah, you talk about like, and I thought I tried. Like the problem is it's one of one. You can't find another one. The weird thing is that they don't have like every single one you find on like eBay. Let's bring it back around. It's like $165. Like there's none that are like they're not that valuable. But I was like, I miss that more than I miss some dead relatives.
Oh
Really
my
do.
god.
And it was heavy for its size, so it was like you knew when you did a show. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. Um, Go ahead.
It's such a bad feeling though. Like
Oh yeah,
cuz I have done that. Like I have left several pieces of gear somewhere, but I was thankfully at a house show
right,
and was able to like go back. Like I could never imagine like leaving something at a venue like and just knowing that it's more than likely gone.
right. Well, that's also why I never ever bought. I mean, I have between like yeah, with I have this bass, can't see off camera, but like none of my instruments cost more than $200, like on purpose, because I knew what I was playing. I knew where I was playing.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy who's got the $1,000 guitar rocking up to the dive bar, being like, "Don't nobody like, kick it or spill it," or I'm not the guy wiping down his guitar after the set.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. But I digress. Last question. You made it. Yay! So stick around. We're going to be seeing that music video for "Save the Night." Not "Save the Night."
Uh, Save this night.
"Save This Night." Thank you. God,
No
don't
worries.
don't do drugs, kids. So this last question, we're going to circle back to that earliest musical influence question. And we're going to jump in a time machine and go talk to little Chris. All right. And this question grew out of over the years. Let's talk to like new musicians, the youngins who, how do I sound like you? But then I started realizing, no, what is one thing that you wish you could go back and tell yourself, hey kid, you're going to need to know this. And it could be a warning, or it could be like, hang in there, or what? And don't say change your strings.
That's one thing I was always good about. I'm always frequent with changing strings. But one thing I would go back and say is uh, first, I'd say college is bullshit. Like right off the bat,
Don't tell my
just don't
17
do
year old. Don't tell my 17-year-old daughter that.
it. But I would say that you will be able to accomplish some of the things that you have always dreamed, and just to keep pushing forward. Because there are things that amaze me to even today that like, I'll be blown away that I have the opportunity to do, and I'm forever grateful for it. I'm grateful for my amazing wife for all the support she provides to me. I'm thankful for everything that my family, that my friends, my fans, that they all help and give me the motivation to kind of keep on going, especially with this.
Did you freeze?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You were very still and quiet, so I was like, is he done? Right on. Yeah, and I couldn't say it any better. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being on the channel. Stick around. We're going to see that music video for Save This Night 4 times. And then we'll catch you in the outro. In the meantime, we'll temporarily say goodbye. See you in a minute.
To a daylight suicide, and maybe we can try to save this night, or maybe we'll both slip away to a daylight suicide. Slip away into a daylight suicide.
I want to thank Chris Jimson from Have Fun for coming on the channel. It was a great interview and an awesome music video. If you want to know more about them, check out the social media links down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. If you want to subscribe, click over there. Don't forget to ring the bell. And if you want to hear my own music, click over there. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, Chris.
See you later. Thank you for having me.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.